Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to What They Left Out of the Night of the Seven Kingdoms, the full story of Sir Duncan the Tall and Egg, or Dunk and Egg. And right now we're just kind of like wrapping up a little bit of like the major important parts of that happened in like episode 1 or whatnot. So like obviously this is 90 years before Game of Thrones. All right. There is I mentioned it in Targaryens still firmly hold the throne.
Yep. I love Targaryens.
Yeah. Maybe because I got these notes on this and like we took, but maybe go to the other set of notes and like if there's anything that's like interesting that you want to say or whatever. But yeah, we're trying to make these just quick because we've already kind of gotten like further into the stuff, and then there's like this a major event just happened in episode 5 that we didn't want to spoil too much anyway. But yeah, so I mean like, all right, so at the beginning you see Sir Dunk, and then like he's burying his mentor, which is Sir Ireland. And Sir Ireland took Duncan kind of as a boy, and you see that a little bit more in episode 5 about kind of how their relationship happened. And then the so then he buries, he'd probably been with him from the time he was like a young teenage boy to a grown man. And Sir Duncan told him, I'd leave you your sword and everything, but it would just rot in the ground. And and then he took the horses. And then so he heads, after he buries his mentor, which is weighing on him heavily and whatnot. What's weighing on him more is he doesn't know what to do anymore. He doesn't know what to do in life. He doesn't know how to move forward.
Yeah. Well, he decides to become a knight himself.
Well, yeah, but you can't just decide to become a knight. You need to be knighted. You can't just decide to become a knight. But that doesn't stop Sir Duncan, that doesn't stop Sir Duncan. So he goes to an inn and where he meets an orphan named Egg, bald orphan named Egg, and then he said, "We watch after my horses," and then he said, Egg was like, I could if I wanted to. So and then Duncan is like, none of that. He's like, I'll give you. He's like, you get a clout in a year if you do bad, and a copper if you do well. And then he goes inside and he takes a look inside. There's nobody in there for a second. He doesn't see anybody, so he starts to turn around back out, and then this woman comes out, and she was like, hi, what will you be having? And then he sits down. She's like, would you like the roast duck or the whatever? And he was like, oh, I'll have both, And she's like, you're big enough for it. And then all of a sudden there's a guy like across the bar, and he's like drunk, passed out on the table. All of a sudden he springs up forward, he looks at Duncan, he's like, I seen you in my dreams. He was like, you stay away from me.
That would be terrifying, wouldn't it?
And Duncan had no idea who that guy was.
That's what I'm saying.
Duncan
would be terrifying.
Yeah, Duncan had no idea who that guy was, but he was sporting nothing but blonde hair, white hair. And then Sir Duncan eats his stuff, and then he decides, you know what, I'm gonna go for the Ashford tournament, see if I can't find myself some glory. And money and glory. And so then he runs into he's about to leave, and he comes out and he sees the orphan boy on his horse in all of his gear, and he's like, you little thief, get off of there, what are you doing? And then he's like, I didn't mean no harm, sir, blah blah blah. And then he's like, are you off for the tournament? And he's like, yeah, I'm off for the tournament. He's like, what, you need a squire? He's like, all knights need a squire. And then Sir Duncan looks at him. He's like, you don't want a squire for me, man. You don't want a squire for me. I don't even know what I'm doing with my life. Right. And so then he turns around, he looks at the boy, and he throws him, I believe, a silver. Yeah, he throws him a silver instead of a copper, because he felt bad, because he thought he was an orphan. He came out, and then he's like, wouldn't your mom be mad if you left, you know, and then he's like, that's not my mom. But yeah, so then he heads off for the Ashford tournament, and that is basically episode 1. Anything else you want to add?
No, I think that's about it.
Yeah, that's about it. I would say so too.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Thank you guys. We're going to keep on posting, keep following, liking, and subscribing so we can continue to do these videos for you guys. And thank you very much.
Yeah.